as a man, you make a decision in life to make something important enough to drive you, and that's very much what Alpine Fault is to me. It's the reason I get out of bed in the morning. It's the reason I go to work and go through shit and everything, because that Alpine Fault at the end of the day is my dream, and everything we're doing right now is very much the coming together of that dream that I've had for years.
It's everything in music that I've always enjoyed. I've enjoyed the technicality of it, so the precision of people playing their instruments really, really well, and when you can hear that passion behind that, and how amazing, how great they are as musicians. They're fantastic.
When you work your whole life to do something, to be really good at something, and then you find 5 other people that want to do that same thing and they're just as passionate as you are, it's just the best feeling in the world.
You know, it's like another family to me. It's like 6 people that all love to play the exact same music that I personally want to hear. It's it just brings us closer as well as friends to be able to enjoy what we do, and you know, the different feelings we get on stage as, you know, a unit is just awesome.
It's the people I get to play with, the fun we all 6 of us have on stage together, but not just on stage, off stage as well. When we're playing our songs in the studio here, we just have fun playing them. It's we all get involved, we all enjoy it, and there's a kind of electricity that goes through all of us as we play. That's probably the most enjoyable thing about this band. It's the other members.
To be able to write music and play music that I love, and that there's people out there that like to listen to it, that's really nice for me.
New Zealand's a great place to live, but you do feel somewhat limited. You feel like putting the same amount of work in there would only get you so far, whereas that kind of effort applied here in Australia, it's proven to be a more nurturing, more kind of hospitable place for us. So we made the move. We moved here. We pretty quickly put the pieces together for a new band.
That was difficult because I felt like I needed to find the same person and the same personalities, and the people that we did find were quite different, so I was a little bit reserved in the beginning and not sure what was going to happen, but it worked out all very well, so I'm very happy about that.
I'd moved up to Brisbane to find a band because there was just nothing where I was living. I just felt sort of suffocated musically because there was just nothing. Nothing that I was interested in anyway. So I moved up here. I was only here for a short time before I found an ad on a website. It was actually from Ant. You know, it was just him and Yvette at the time saying, "We've just moved here. You know, we really want to get this up and running again because this is really important to us." And at first, you know, because I hadn't obviously heard anything from them, I just wrote them like oh yeah, you know, I might come and meet up with you guys. And then 10 minutes later, I saw the music video that they had up, and I texted them again saying, "No, we've got to meet up straight away. I'm the guy."
I think the first thing that happened to me when I met him was I was immensely impressed and jealous in a lot of ways that this guy who was quite a bit younger than me had this ability to play guitar that he does.
And yeah, we really clicked. We agreed on a lot of things. We had very similar musical ideas and tastes, and I just really felt at home with them. And yeah, from there we were able to build a foundation and get the rest of the guys in and go from there.
I think at the time it was, let's just find someone who can play a bass, because bass players are notoriously hard to find.
I was contacted actually by Ant. I actually worked with his cousin, and so when they moved over here from New South Wales, he asked her if she knew any bass players or I think she asked about guitarists as well. Asked if they knew any bass players, and she mentioned my name. They contacted me, we had a little get together, a meeting, and been with them ever since.
Dan actually had just, I don't know what the gap was in between, but Dan had left a band, had dissolved, a band called Amata had dissolved, and he was looking for a new band to join.
I almost didn't go to the audition. They tried to convince me multiple times over the phone, and I was very kind of adamant that I didn't want to do it because I wanted something heavier. But they said there's no harm in coming along for a jam. So I thought, all right, fuck it, I'll come along for a jam. Went along, met the guys, and they were really friendly, really awesome dudes, and we just kind of played a few cover songs, and I learned one of their songs quickly from their MySpace, and we just kind of went from there, and things we just connected from there. It was just awesome.
Things just started to work, and when we started to write new material and revisit even old material and started to bring things together, it clarified more of the dream for me. It said, this is happening. You've found a bunch of guys who not only could play extremely well, like we've got some really good talent in the band. It wasn't just that though, you found a bunch of guys who all really share that dream, and that was the piece I felt was missing in New Zealand. The guys here, we were all focused very much on where this could go, and that's kind of where we are now, very focused on what we want to do. We think big, and everyone's got this great work ethic, kind of realizing that if you've got the goal in place and you're prepared to go all out and put all the work in that you need to, then it's just a matter of finding the right vehicle to put it all together and make something happen. And I think we've all realized and all kind of come to realize that this band could very well be our vehicle. I'll See You Soon was Derek Wu back in Auckland had a lot to do with that. He basically wrote most of that song from the musical perspective, and it was a song that we kind of got together and put together quite late on in the piece. I think before leaving New Zealand we'd only played an early version of it to a live audience once. It was very quite a new song. Actually quite funny because it started off as a bit of a laugh, like, we'd written these 7 and 8 and 9 minute songs, and at the time we kind of just joked around with the idea of, man, we're never going to get our stuff on the radio. We need to write a really crappy 3-minute song that's going to go on the radio, and it started off that way, just right there and then. As time went on though, it developed, and there was we found quite a lot of Alpine folk in it.
That song was originally written back before I joined the band, but straight away as soon as I heard it, I knew it was one of the more special songs that we had, and I thought it was really important that we play that song and we get really good at that one.
When I got here, I had a bit of a back catalogue of not only songs but a whole heap of riffs. Some of them that go back years, some of them that were more recent, and I'll See You Soon was more recent. I didn't actually pull that out in front of the guys for a while because I was in a discovery stage trying to figure out where we'd go with the new members, and it was after we had written a couple of songs together I brought that out, and we kind of put that to the band, and I guess we didn't actually change a lot of it musically. Lyrically it became slightly different. The chorus, I'll See You Soon, I'll Meet You There, was always there. I'd written that from day one, but Lauren's input on the verses there, and the fact that it was a female vocalist at the time, gave the song a different kind of feel and a different kind of message.
I remember the first time when I was learning the songs, it was one of the songs we learned, and for the life of me I could not remember how to play it each time we brought it up. Like, how does this one go? Am I playing the right note? Am I in the right chord? I just couldn't remember. And for a long time, it wasn't a major song in our repertoire. It just kind of kept coming back occasionally. Let's play this song. Let's let's play this song. It was for a while known as the emo song.
It developed over the months that we played it and learnt it and sort of played around with it a little bit. It's still fairly true to the original, but of course, you know, new people being in the band, we all added our own sort of touches to it.
Most of my kicks are in time with the bass, so it's got a very, you know, a good thud to it, and you know, a really powerful boom when it comes into certain parts for me.
It's very personal. I feel that it's very genuine.
I feel quite overwhelmed in a way. I don't know why. It's just got this. It's got quite a sad feeling to it, and it's a really nice part to play. And I feel that with that song, I can really, you know, close my eyes and just play something and forget about the audience and just, you know, it's really nice song to play.
When I wrote the chorus, the lyrics to the chorus, it was, you know, it was mainly about someone losing a loved one, and kind of communicating with that someone in their head, as if to say, we won't be apart forever. And it's about that. It's about reunion, and it's about hope.
There's an overall theme of longing, of lost lovers, I suppose. Two people who aren't with each other, who either want to be each other or with each other or should be with each other, whether they know it or not.
It's about loss, but it's also about hope. It's about the idea that, you know, the people that you love and that you care about, they're not gone forever. You know, there's a way that we're all going to be reunited someplace or somewhere, and it's just that real feeling of hope that goes along with that.
It was probably quite an important song for the band, because we didn't necessarily feel good about the fact that Lauren had to leave the band. You know, we were all very cut up to all different degrees about going through that. And this was Lauren's song very much in a very big way. So when someone else came along to sing that, I could see that with the different members in the band, there was different kind of feelings about someone else singing that song. I could see that. And, you know, one of the guys vocalized that with me. But when Nadia came into the band and she started singing that song, it started off very much like a song that she was trying to squeeze herself in on. It wasn't until we got into the studio and I really asked her to become and to show us Nadia rather than someone dealing with this song. I really wanted to hear her, and that was probably the first time we really did hear her, was during the recording of these songs. She put something on it which suddenly took it to the very next level. And we got to see Nadia, we got to see who she was and what she was all about. And it's a fantastic song to see that part of her in.
It's always hard to do someone else's music, to sing something that someone's already sung, and I don't want to sound like the previous singer. It's not something I was sort of aiming to. I wanted to sound like me, not like someone else. So at first it was difficult because I was trying to, you know, repeat something that had already been done by someone else. But when me and Ant decided that I should just, you know, make it up on the spot in improv, it was a lot more fun and things started to fall in place.
The recording process was quite tough for me. It was really a long process. You do get very tired and at points, you know, very frustrated. But Adam's very patient and, you know, always reassuring you that, you know, it will be fine.
When we first got here, we heard about Adam Merker and how good he was. And I kind of explored that a little bit, and it didn't take me long to realise that he does deserve that reputation. He is a very good operator, and creatively as well. He had a lot of input from that perspective as well. The recording process itself probably couldn't have been a lot smoother. It was a long process, but you know, we're pretty picky about things, and Adam's patience there with us, I guess, was it was just as well. He was able to put up with us for that long.
One on set.
Yeah, shooting the music video was really great. It was a really awesome location chosen by the director. Everything about it was just really great. The people that we worked with.
Everyone was very excited about doing it. Just the fact that we were doing a music video, you know, it was the first music video that I've been involved in that wasn't, you know, live footage. So that was very exciting for me.
I've never been on a video shoot before. It was I kind of expected to be just our director behind the camera pointing at us like he usually does, but there's a whole team there, the people doing makeup, doing lighting, several cameras there. The Steadicam rig was an amazing thing to look at. The whole experience was fun, long, tiring.
That was the longest day of my life. I know it was going to be a long day, but man, I didn't know it was going to be that intense.
I was really impressed with the way that everyone just came together so well and just, you know, worked as this big, well-oiled machine to just make this thing happen.
I guess seeing the end product, and I mean, I know how hard I worked, I know how long everyone was there for, and I could see the crew and I could see all the band members, you know, really slugging it out, like being on stage, waiting. But that's the thing with film, you've got to sort of slug it out, and it may seem, you know, tiresome at times.
The process itself was amazing, but the crew were amazing. It was a long day, but it was very smoothly running day. Like we didn't really find any hiccups or anything like that. It was a very good experience for us.